Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. After a brief run on the testnet earlier this month, Cardano officially released Cardano 1.5 on the mainnet yesterday, introducing a new consensus protocol and an upgraded wallet. The development was announced on Cardano's official website. They said, today we release Cardano 1.5 on the Cardano mainnet. The Cardano 1.5 release is a milestone because it is the last major Cardano release of the Byron development phase, which we have been in since the launch of the mainnet. Cardano 1.5 is important in preparation for movement to the Shelley development phase. The post said, the development phases can be tracked via the official Cardano roadmap. The key feature of this new update is the Ouroboros BFT, a new consensus protocol which marks a move from the Ouroboros Classic to Ouroboros Genesis, the protocol for the Shelley phase, which is the first proof-of-stake protocol that matches the security guarantees of proof-of-work protocols such as Bitcoin. Stopping for a second right there. This is what I think is the most fascinating part about Cardano, and this is what I'm actually waiting for. When a lot of people have, okay, I guess I'll just lay it on the line right now. People have said to me before in the comment section, they didn't understand why I said, or why I say, or have been saying, that Cardano wasn't complete. It's because of this. We just got Cardano 1.5. Cardano touts itself as the next Ethereum, the next Bitcoin, something that is going to be stronger, faster, quicker, more mega amazinger than Ethereum or Bitcoin put together. But we do not have Shelley yet, which is going to be the next so-and-so and so. The point that I'm trying to make is that the people from Cardano have claimed to have mastered proof of stake, which is something very big because no one has been able to master the proof of stake protocol at the moment. People from Cardano say that they have, and part of the issue is that people say that when you don't, this is their opinion, people say that when you do not have thousands of computers mining a cryptocurrency, it is impossible to guarantee the security of the network the same way that you have with Bitcoin. But the people from Cardano have said that they have figured this out. They have mastered proof of stake, and therefore it is going to be as strong as the protocol that Bitcoin has flowing through it. This is the point that I was always trying to make. I guess that was me clarifying it right now. When I talk about Cardano being complete or having fully completely launched from the very beginning, when Cardano was talking about coming out, they were talking about Cardano 1.5 and also Cardano Shelley, the upgrade, being complete. And this is what I mean. This is what I'm waiting for. I like Cardano. I hold Cardano. I think Cardano has a very bright future. Upgrades pending, meaning so many other coins have come out, Tron, EOS, blah blah blah, so and so, that all claim to be better than Ethereum. However, none of them have proven that they are better or quicker or faster with explicit proof that they are. I mean, not to say that Ethereum is like the best coin in the entire world. It's more that this news made me very excited because we're finally getting very close to something that they've been talking about for quite some time, and that is Shelley. And when we properly have proof of stake completely on top of Cardano and everything, you know, when we're not waiting for the roadmap to have any more updates, when everything is just kind of there, that's when I think I'll be a bit more bullish on Cardano, because you can't say that you have something and then you take a couple, I mean, to be fair, it takes a while to implement all of these things. I'm not saying this should be done overnight. It's more like a lot of people are very bullish on Cardano, but I myself, me specifically, want to see that they have done what they can do. We spoke about Ethereum before. We know Ethereum's not all there right now. And the most important part is that the Ethereum team mentioned many times that they would have about 4 or 5 different upgrades on the network in 2017, early 2018, end of 2018. And now they're saying that we might not have them for like another year or two. So Cardano has been saying, the team collectively, that we are going to have these other upgrades on the Cardano network. We still do not have them. And this is kind of what I base price metrics on, as far as like being bullish on an actual item. You know, you have to have the complete package in order for it to kind of be worth something. Like, you don't order a sweater and, you know, the bottom half and one half of an arm is also missing. You don't have the entire thing yet. It says the 1.5 release will not lead to an immediate activation of the Ouroboros BFT. Rather, it will be activated through a later update, which will essentially function as a hard fork to deactivate the classic consensus protocol and activate the Ouroboros BFT. However, this later upgrade or hard fork will be seamless and automatic as all parties have already agreed to the change. Cardano is the underlying blockchain for the ADA cryptocurrency, and the new update includes a new version of the so-and-so wallet, blah, 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 so-and-so. Anyway, the important part is that this has finally been released. I'm very excited. I am waiting myself for Shelly to be fully implemented. I've been hearing about Shelly for a very long time. If I ever say anything negative about Cardano, my comment section is lit up with the word Shelly. It is absolutely incredible. I liked Ethereum for a very long time. Ethereum was one of my favorite coins. They have kind of not slipped out of favor. They have just been doing what they've been doing. I am optimistic, or have been betting on Cardano or EOS being some of the new heads of industry, heads of state. That one sounds a little aggressive. I hope that Cardano can do everything that it says that it can do, because in the cryptocurrency space, regardless if I am madly in love with a coin, if another coin can usurp them, you are then the new king, and everyone seems to be trying to gun for Ethereum spot. And I think at the moment, just based off of what the people from Cardano have been saying, it seems like Cardano and EOS are probably some of the very few contenders that could end up taking Ethereum spot. Anyway, without further ado, let's move on. Next up, in an interview with Fox Business, U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Jay Clayton says that Bitcoin and crypto have a lot of potential, adding there may be a case where a Bitcoin ETF could satisfy their rules. He said, I think this technology has and is already demonstrating pretty significant promise, but is demonstrating significant promise in the places where it's consistent with our approach to the capital raising in the past. To kind of give you the full everything, we know that the SEC, or rather we're waiting for this one office in the SEC to kind of give us the thumbs up that there's going to be a Bitcoin ETF. Part of the weird situation is that they need to see that Bitcoin complies to their rules, and that is not something that can happen. It is not something that's going to happen. The protocol will not bend for them. It is not how the protocol is meant to be. So what they're trying to do now is they're trying to make sure that there are proper custodians, or that there are proper entities or proper cryptocurrency exchanges or proper stock exchanges who will bend to the SEC's will, and therefore come out and say, we will do exactly what you want us to do so that we can have a Bitcoin ETF. Recently, because of the refiling of the Bitcoin ETFs from, I think it was Van Eck and SolidX, remember it had to be sometime last year, and this is the part that really makes me kind of annoyed. The SEC did something where pretty much as the proposal for the Bitcoin ETF came out, they said you can go to their website, you can write them by letter, you can even write on their page or something like that exactly why you would like this Bitcoin ETF to be a thing. Why should we have a Bitcoin ETF? And I think we had a good several hundred people. I know a lot of them were from this channel. Thank you very much for your help. A lot of them were just from the cryptocurrency space who were writing on the SEC's wall, just do it. Stop wasting time. So and so and so. For those who missed it, we did not get a Bitcoin ETF. The SEC has once again done the exact same things where they are asking people to write on their website, write on their page exactly why you think we should or should not have a Bitcoin ETF. I think they only have 7 responses. 7 comments thus far, and 6 of them are completely negative. People are saying that Bitcoin has no value. There's no grounds on which to have an ETF. Why would you do this in the first place? Blah, 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 blah. What makes me the most annoyed is that if you look a bit deeper, the SEC doesn't actually care what any of us have to say. We could have 15,000 people writing all yeses, and the SEC will still not take our word. I think they only probably have this thing, where you are allowed to comment or ask them to do so and so and so, or even suggest why they should allow something through, because this probably was implemented a long time ago to make it seem like the public actually has power, when we know that we have no power in this situation because they could care less about anything that we actually have to say. What I find the most interesting thing is that it's always the people who are the most against it, who spend the most amount of their time making sure to talk about why we should not have a Bitcoin ETF. There was one okay response, one yay for the actual thing, and it pretty much comes down to the fact that it says regarding the argument of the SEC that has not approved an ETF because of manipulation and mainly appreciates the protection of investors is contradictory. Because without an investment fund, the investor is susceptible to buy Bitcoin in deregulated exchanges and lose their investments. VanEck already offers insurance to cover possible losses, and as such, the investor will show interest in investing in an ETF fund. So I see no reason not to approve VanEck's ETF and Bitwise. Whoever wrote this is probably working with VanEck or knows exactly how to talk to regulators. I read it before and I was like, okay. It's worded very specifically. It pretty much says, let them do it in the sandbox that you can see as opposed to them doing in the Wild West that you have no control over. I don't know when we're going to get an ETF. I don't know if we're ever going to. I mean, it will happen eventually. I think the SEC will at some point be squeezed and be told to kind of do so. But at the moment, I think that the SEC myself is trying to show their force. And there was someone else who said this in 2018 as well. It was one of those like CNBC news forums where they were talking about cryptocurrencies. And he pretty much said, the SEC is not going to allow Bitcoin ETF for quite some time. They're trying to show the market that they have the power, that it's their decision that will move the market, that is their decision that will allow Bitcoin ETF to go through. It's kind of a weird power struggle thing because they know that they don't have control over Bitcoin, nor the protocol, nor the mining. So this is their way of showing that even though we don't have complete power, we still hold more power than you, if that kind of makes a lot of sense. Just kind of is what it is. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, Mercury X has said that they're going to start ramping up their use of XRP's xRapid. In an interview with Decrypt, CEO Alastair Constant says that the company's xRapid payment channels from the UK to Mexico and the Philippines are now moving tens of thousands of dollars per week. And the company is looking to get some of the biggest clients on board. He said once the pipe is open, there is no limit to how much one can put through it. We are actively marketing with Ripple to try to invite these kinds of clients, and I think with increasing success, it could be that we have serious amounts of luck and we end up doing hundreds of thousands, millions, tens of millions of dollars. A lot of the, how do I say this? When xRapid launched, a lot of people thought that hundreds of billions of dollars were going to flow through xRapid immediately. That's not how this works. It's the same exact thing that we've seen with IBM's WorldWire. They have to check and see that the network is actually super robust, and this is why a lot of the people who are using xRapid are sending tens of thousands of dollars, and I think we have maybe one or two who are sending millions, not including cryptocurrency exchanges who have announced that they're going to be using xRapid. It takes a long amount of time, and you kind of don't want pie on your face. You don't really want anything on your face. It more comes down to if xRapid had launched and hundreds of millions of dollars were flowing through xRapid and xRapid crashed, well, that'd be a pretty big problem for XRP as a cryptocurrency, the same exact way that, like I said, with WorldWire, they're going to start onboarding people to probably use Lumens, but it'll probably happen at a very slow pace. But I think this news, and I think we're getting a lot more news like this, is coming out with people talking about that they're going to start up-ramping or ramping up exactly what they're doing with each cryptocurrency, because we are at the beginning of what a lot of people think could be something that they're calling crypto spring. We're pretty much, and to be fair, we're actually in this really weird situation where altcoins are finally moving independently of Bitcoin's price, which is how it should always be. But it's believed that we won't get to a market where coins are moving independently of Bitcoin until we probably cross the $1 trillion cryptocurrency market cap mark. But yeah, let's move on. Jack, that's an extreme photo. Jack Dorsey is once again in the news. Jack Dorsey is the CEO of Square and Twitter. He pretty much announced that he is going to start hiring people, crypto engineers, and he's going to pay them exclusively on Bitcoin. This is major news because I guess everybody wants to be paid in Bitcoin. Jack Dorsey has come out very, very strongly for Bitcoin. I have a feeling he's working something up in the background. He said before that he's looking to implement the Lightning Network to Twitter. Don't exactly know when that's going to happen. I don't even want to say if, because he seems like the kind of person who would definitely do something like that. It would be a huge move for the entire network. Anyway, yeah, Jack Dorsey has been in the news. We didn't hear anything about Jack Dorsey for a very long time, but the fact that he came out as a Bitcoin advocate, we hear about him almost every single day. So let's hope that, rather, I assume he's going to continue loving Bitcoin. Let's just hope that he does the right things, and that he helps to implement Bitcoin as a currency, or one of the only currencies on Twitter. To kind of finish things off, Switzerland's Federal Assembly has approved proposals to instruct lawmakers on crypto regulation. The legislative body of the Swiss government, the Federal Assembly, has approved a motion to instruct the Federal Council to adapt existing legislation for crypto regulation. The motion, introduced by Liberal Assemblyman Giovanni Medellini, intends to instruct the Federal Council to adapt existing provisions on procedural instruments of judicial and administrative authorities so that they can be applied to crypto. The Council approval of the motion, introduced with 99 to 83 votes in favor and 10 abstentions. The move aims to close perceived gaps in protecting cryptocurrency users from illicit activities like extortion and money laundering. The legislation is set to determine how to stifle cryptocurrency-associated risks, as well as whether entities operating crypto trading platforms should be equated with financial intermediaries and thus be subject to financial market supervision. So pretty much what they're trying to do is, should the old laws apply to the new crypto? This is a problem that many countries, and I don't want to say that I'm glad, but I like that they're having these problems. I like that it's making them think. Crypto is a very new, extreme industry, something that I wonder how many actual people, probably a lot of them, in governments around the world are very shocked and angry that cryptocurrencies actually exist, because it's something that they didn't think that they would have to think of. You control money, the legacies for hundreds, if not over 1,000 years, what have you. And then finally someone creates something 10 years ago. It kind of changes the way that you have to think about something. And one of the major issues that they're having right now is that if you allow a cryptocurrency trading platform or a cryptocurrency exchange to be equated on the same exact level with financial intermediaries such as banks and so-and-so's and clearinghouses, you are then in some ways announcing or declaring that cryptocurrencies are then also legal tender. Because why would you have a crypto exchange on the same exact level as a bank or something else unless crypto was also legal tender in your country? The whole money laundering is so. I mean, it kind of is what it is. It's just what countries need to see and what they need to do. But this is happening very fast. Maybe it's because 2018 was difficult, but it went by actually pretty fast. And it seems like 2019 is the year when all the governments are trying to push out as much information as they can very rapidly. I guess the silver lining is that at least Switzerland has been super open to cryptocurrency regulations, at least thus far. I don't think that Switzerland will turn their back on this simply because they're a country that knows how to make money, and I assume that they see the future prospects for this, and therefore they're not going to do anything that is going to hinder the growth of the cryptocurrency space. That is definitely going to do it for this video. I hope that you all enjoyed. I hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are or wherever you might be. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. I'm going to try to do it in one breath again. They are Vlad the Impaler, Gilboa Snake, Rai, Brady Niels, L. Doug, Arthur Yaku, Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Nick Mangialavori, Travis Haynes, Yasha Harari, Anthony Charles, Nick Kanaya, singer-songwriter Mike Savage, Wise Night Owl, Joey Carafa, Crypto Joe, Jim Gardner, Jared Schneider, Jeremy Fox, Amy Starsheen, Richie Rich III, Jeffrey Ramsey, Cody, Carl Burchinoff, Paxis, Jeffrey Dam, Nicholas, One Earth, One Peace, One Love, Setsuna, Minting Coins, Crypnotic,